You wake up, you answer a few emails, you sit through some meetings, you think a little, you scroll a little, and by the afternoon you are completely wiped. You did not lift anything. You did not run anywhere. You barely left your chair. So why do you feel like you ran a marathon? You probably blame yourself. You call it laziness. You assume a real day would have left you buzzing, and this heavy, foggy tiredness is just proof that you are soft. But the real answer is far stranger. Your exhaustion is not a sign that you did too little. It is the sound of your brain quietly defending itself from something you cannot see. Start with what your brain actually is. It weighs about 3 pounds. It is roughly 2% of your body weight, and it burns around a fifth of your energy every single day, even while you sit perfectly still. Thinking is not free. Thinking is expensive. Every decision you make, every message you word carefully, every urge you swallow in a meeting, you are spending fuel. You just cannot feel the tank draining. Here is where it gets interesting. A neuroscientist named Matthias Pesiglione, working in Paris, wanted to know if mental fatigue was real or just a feeling. So his team had people do genuinely hard-thinking work for hours and scanned their brains along the way. And they found something physical. After a long day of demanding focus, a chemical called glutamate had built up in the part of the brain you use for control and decisions. Not a mood, not an excuse, an actual substance, pooling in your head. Their conclusion was quietly profound. That fatigue you feel is not weakness. It is a signal. It is your brain forcing you to slow down before that buildup goes too far. The tiredness is a warning light, and it comes on whether the work was physical or not. So why does a day of nothing visible still trigger it? Because most of your effort is invisible even to you. You think the tiring part of a hard conversation is the talking. It is not. It is the part where you monitored your tone, predicted their reaction, held back the thing you actually wanted to say, and managed your own face the whole time. Psychologists have a name for the slow damage this constant low-grade effort does to the body. A researcher named Bruce McEwen called it allostatic load. The wear and tear of staying switched on. Think about your average quiet day. You made hundreds of tiny choices before lunch. What to reply? What to ignore? Whether to be honest or polite. Each one is small. None of them feels like anything. But your brain paid full price for every single one. And by afternoon, the bill comes due all at once. This is the part nobody tells you. The most draining days are often the ones with nothing to show for them. A day of hard physical work at least ends with a visible result. A day of managing, deciding, worrying, and self-editing ends with an empty desk and a full head, and no proof of where the energy went. So you look at the empty desk and you blame yourself. There is one more twist. Rest, real rest, is not the absence of movement. You can lie on a couch for 3 hours, scrolling, and stand up more tired than before, because your brain was never off. It was still processing, still deciding, still simulating. The Paris study hinted at why. What clears that chemical buildup is not stillness. It is genuine disengagement. Sleep. A walk with no phone. A task so simple your control center finally gets to stand down. Your tiredness, then, is not a character flaw. It is a receipt. It is the honest record of 1,000 invisible things you handled today without noticing you were handling them. So the next time you slump into your chair at 4 in the afternoon, wondering how you can be this exhausted after doing so little, stop blaming yourself. You did not do little. You did 100 quiet, unseen things, and your brain is simply telling you the truth. You barely moved all day, and yet, in every way that actually costs you something, you ran the whole marathon.